Namaste, friends. Welcome to Jewel Buzz Talks. I am Stephen Fernandez. My pleasure and honor to welcome a very special guest, Mr. Avinash Gupta, the new Vice Chairperson, GJC. So, Swagatam, Namaste.
Thank you, Stephen ji.
Sir, you know, अभी आपने ये Vice Chairperson का कमान संभाली. So, I'll start with key issues. Trust, transparency is the common refrain. From the GCC point of view, what needs to be done from unorganized sector to organized sector, this transition, it's a critical issue and a lot of spoken, your views.
सर पहली बात तो अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड टू ऑर्गेनाइज्ड हम जब बात कर रहे हैं
हाँ.
तो आज की डेट में with the last 20 years of very active participation from the GJC
Yes.
side, we have, I can proudly say today that 95% of the gem and jewelry industry has become organized today. So the journey of unorganized to organized is hardly anything left over now. So definitely that 5% also has to be eliminated, and definitely we are working towards that.
The other critical issue is, I mean, GJC has done great work in terms of awareness of, critical compliances, hallmarking and PMLA. I want to know, mahal kya hai of compliancing and understanding the repercussions of non-compliance. Give us an overview.
Yeah. तो जो हम compliances की बात करते हैं तो compliances are the key thing to anybody's life today, and that definitely has to be done by the gem and jewelry industry also, and with the incoming GST coming in, lot of compliances are taken care by the GST in a very strong manner. So once GST has come in, the compliances burden comparatively has come down drastically, and now with the PMLA coming in and with the important role played by GJC during the PMLA regime, initially when the PMLA was coming in, it was coming in at 50,000 rupees. This thing, when we went and met the finance minister and the home minister at that time, we explained them that this limit is not doable for the
Low threshold.
Yeah. So they understood our points and they brought it at 10 lakh rupees, lining up with the international standards of $3,000. So at that time, $3,000 was converting into 10 lakh rupees. So government was generous to bring that 10 lakh rupees thing. But when we talk about 10 lakh rupees thing, it is not that 10 lakh rupees cash transaction has to happen, because we need to understand what is PMLA all about. PMLA is important to understand that any suspicious transaction which we feel that it is to be reported to the authorities, we have to report. Suppose somebody is coming with terrorism funds, they have to be reported.
Correct.
Whether you are doing a transaction or not, it is immaterial. If somebody has tried to do a transaction with you, that also is to be reported. So under PMLA, this compliance is very important. The gem and jewelry industry has to understand this, and we are promoting this particular concept through our Labham initiative, which always we do for compliances. So through this, we are trying to educate every jeweler that compliance is not just with the transaction you are doing. Even a failure of transaction is to be reported to the PMLA authorities through our nodal officer Mitesh Dorda, which is being done by the GJC for the help of the members.
So from compliance, another issue is, especially with the next gen, to stay invested in jewelry, adornment and investment. So the challenges and opportunities for that, especially with the next gen.
See, I can tell you one thing, the best investment in this world is jewelry, which you can wear it, which you can cash it, and which you can enjoy adorning and adding beauty to the bearer. So I think the best investment in this world is the gold jewelry.
So the next gen understands it, or you still need to push that?
No, I think next gen has started understanding this in a right spirit, and that's the reason. If you see, the jewelry industry is also trying to change their way of working by bringing lighter weight jewelry and to the needs of the next gen, and trying to be in pace with the next gen's requirements.
So an extension of my question of staying invested, digital gold, ETFs, do they take a large chunk away from jewelry?
No, I don't think that way. See, we need to divide two parts. one is investment, and one is jewelry.
Okay.
When we talk about jewelry, jewelry is a piece of art. So people buy that jewelry to adorn and to admire and to add beauty to the bearer. That's the point number one. When it comes to investment, digital gold and ETF is going to be a very good
I see.
investment mode wherein people are differentiating between gold as an investment and gold as a jewelry piece. So that will be great enough.
So I was also, I was coming back to what I spoke of from unorganized to organized, especially the small jewelers. I wanted to ask you specific question: risk mitigation and hedging. Your overview on this. What is happening with risk mitigation?
See, on this subject, I can tell you one thing. Right from the ages, jewelers have always talked about their inventory in kgs rather than in amount. So always, gem and jewelry industry has been following the hedging policy. But now, when the incoming of the exchanges providing us the hedging tools, it has become much better for us to mitigate our risks from inventory and the price risks.
So, GJC, of course, has been vociferous on all issues that concern and has been interacting with the government. Of late, what is the patient ear that the government needs to give to you all on which issues?
Yeah. So the most important two subjects we are pushing to the government right now. One is the long-standing demand of EMI. So we are requesting the government to bring in EMI for the gem and jewelry industry, because smallest depreciating asset or a consumption product
Okay.
is being given the facility of EMI, wherein the appreciating asset as well as a good capital asset is not being given an EMI facility. When we go to the government asks us why you, as a capital asset, you need an EMI. So my question to them will be, when you give an facility of EMI to home loan,
Yeah.
so home is also an capital
It is.
asset. So why not to the jewelry? So this is my argument, and that the second point is the GMS,
Yes,
the gold
monetization
monetization scheme.
Yes.
So the government has concerns that EMI is going to add the risk of CAD going up.
Correct.
So GMS can mitigate that risk.
I was just coming to that.
So-
The current account deficit is.
So current account deficit risk can be mitigated by GMS. So GMS, once the implementation is done, the way we want to get the jewelers involved into it, GMS is already there. But there is a need of a tweak which can get the extra gold from the idle gold to the pool of this thing. So that way we can incorporate both the things. And genuinely speaking, when we say about EMI, see, we have monthly deposit schemes. What EMI can change it to is monthly deposit scheme will be replaced by EMI.
EMI,
So it is not going to change much of the demand part,
And very feasible and doable.
and very feasible and doable.
Right.
So definitely government wants to formalize the trade also. This will help us to formalize the trade in much better and easier manner.
Before we let you go, Avinash Bhai, 7.5% contribution of the GDP is the Indian gem and jewelry sector. What needs to be done for that contribution to go up and for the gem and jewelry to reach newer heights?
See-
Your parting comments.
See, honestly speaking, I don't see it is 7.5.
It's more.
It's more than that. It's today's point. I think it should be roughly around 8 to 8.25. And
Can we up that figure still?
definitely, sir, विकसित भारत 2047,
That's what I wanted to
जब
come to.
हम उस पर आएंगे तो मैं ये चाहता हूँ और मैं ये जानता हूँ बहुत अच्छे से, with the help of the government and the way all industry bodies are working together to make sure that the government listens to us in a positive frame of mind. I think the contribution from gem and jewelry industry at the time of Viksit Bharat 2047, it will be more than 10%. And definitely it has the scope, and it will be more than 10% at the time of Viksit Bharat 2047.
On that note of optimism and hope, Dhanyavad to Avinash Bhai for those deep insights and valuable time.
Thank
Pleasure
you very
talking
much.
to you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.